All right, good morning, everybody. First, I would like to thank President Dimitris and Yanis Veropoulos. I would like to thank Željko Obradović and Pavlo Laso, who started this great thing that we have in Europe with EuroLeague Head Coaches Association and then the school. I would like to thank all the members and everybody coming here in attendance. We do have a privilege. First privilege that we have is the privilege that we work in sports and that we're learning from each other. I started coaching when I was only 16 years old, and obviously growing up in my hometown, Čačak, you can guess who was my idol and coach that I was looking at and trying to learn from, Coach Željko Obradović. And along the way, as a coach, young coach, I was always trying to learn from everybody. And you would be surprised that I learned a bunch of stuff on the court and in clinics like this. I learned a lot on the clinics like this, talking to coaches in the stands, going in a coffee shop in between the lectures and, picking up each other's brain. I'm learning every single day from my assistant coaches, trying to get better, trying to learn from everybody. And the big reason when I got a job with Toronto Raptors, my #1 priority was hiring good coaching staff. And what I mean by that with good coaching staff is I wanted coaches from different backgrounds. I'm European coach, I'm Serbian, and I know how hard it was for me coming to completely different system, completely different culture in the United States, and literally doing everything from scratch, And I know that my perspective, a lot of times, really helped me and brought something different to the table. And that's why I wanted to hire a coaching staff that's going to have unique abilities, unique experience, unique knowledge. And I think that we as coaches always try to surround ourselves not just like with loyal people, but surround us with people that we can learn from. And that's why I'm very, very privileged to work with Coach JAMAL MAHLALA, who is one of the most talented and the best assistant coaches in NBA. And very soon at this clinic, you'll have a chance to look at him and listen to him at the clinic as a next NBA head coach. I hired people from WNBA. I have a woman, Mary Andrade, who is assistant coach, who's coming from WNBA as a player, experience working in G League, playing overseas. Why I'm saying all of this, it's a non-stop journey. It's a non-stop journey. It's a journey of learning every single day. My background in US was working with San Antonio Spurs. I was their international scout for many years, and I coached several summer leagues with Coach Pop and his coaching staff. Then once I came to Oklahoma City, guess what? GM of the team was with San Antonio Spurs, Sam Presti. Congratulations to Oklahoma City for winning championship this year. It came after 21 years of very deliberate work. And that was kind of like continuation of San Antonio Spurs culture. So I was embedded in that. That's the terminology I knew. Then I get the job and after Oklahoma City, and I go to Phoenix Suns. And the head coach is Monty Williams. And you know what? Monty Williams is from the same family of San Antonio Spurs. Then I become assistant coach with the Memphis Grizzlies, and guess who is the head coach? Taylor Jenkins, who was intern and assistant coach and G League coach of what? San Antonio Spurs. So pretty much my whole career there was working with people that had connection with San Antonio Spurs. That's where I learned terminology. That's where I learned my NBA experience in the league, and really helped me. So my first year, I was trying really to copy that and try to continue with the same terminology. I try to take it to another level. Why I'm saying all of this? I changed a lot since my first year, okay? I tried to do that stuff, and it did not really work for us, not the way I wanted, not the way I envisioned. So we spent last summer a lot of time with my coaching staff trying to make tweaks. And I'll give you an example. San Antonio Spurs, okay, Coach Pop, his background is West Point and then the military, so he used term MiG, M-I-G, MiG, stands for Russian planes, right? But he used it as the most important guy in their defensive system. MiG was the most important guy. And that was the guy that was always under the rim, cleaning up everything, being a safety. Okay, that was their term. And I used that in my first year. And it did not really reflect who I am as a coach. It did not really reflect what I wanted to do with my team. So most important guy, MiG, I completely changed it. It's not anymore the player who is the safety and cleaning up everything. It's the guy who guards the ball. And everything starts there. How we pressure the ball, how we make it hard for the opponents to get in the offense. Most important guy is the guy who guards the ball. Okay? Why I'm saying all of this? Today we're going to talk about off-ball defense. We're going to talk about some regular stuff that we do defensively. And we're going to talk about top block as adjustment that we go to. Okay? The other thing I'm feeling pretty nervous about this is we're going to try to use the court over here. I think it's pretty cool and unique. This is me first time doing something like this. I was on the court like this before, but never used it in this way. So let's see how this is gonna go, and please bear with us if we have some technical problems, but we're trying to learn. Every single day, trying to put ourselves in uncomfortable situations and trying to learn and get better every single day. So this is gonna be part of that today as well. Okay, off-ball defense. So we talk about how important is guarding the ball, okay? Now we're gonna talk about Coach Jama is gonna set up simple pin down single action that's played a lot in NBA, especially for like really good shooters. And we're gonna talk about what is our base defense. I want to talk about our base defense in very short terms before we go into top block and then understanding why we go to top block defense. All right? Let's get to it, Coach.
All right, perfect. Let's get the white team out. Let's get my point guard. I just need 3 players. Point guard here with the ball. Let's get the big, and my shooter will be in the corner. Or sorry, blue team. Yep, my shooter's in the corner. Point guard with the ball, and the big is gonna set. Point guard, come up top for me, point guard. So really simple concepts offensively, okay? It first begins with space. So as a point guard brings the ball up the floor, I want to make sure he maintains a ton of space. We're not going to center him. We're actually getting him off to the side. We have 5 X's that we really operate from. Okay, and we talk about our 4-point line spacing a lot. So 3-point line is here. We talk about 4-point line, and we want our offensive players outside this 4-point line, not for a 4-point shot, obviously, but to play stampedes and to create space and longer closeouts. So point guard would be here. Our 5, who's trailing the play, and he's going to go into single action. Anytime we have a single wide pin down, we call it single. And as the big, you're timing this. So you're coming down the floor, you're timing it with your point guard, and now you're going to hunt his man. You're not going to screen him, okay? You're going to screen the person guarding him, so me, okay? You're trying to find me. If I'm over here, you're finding me here. That makes your job interesting. You can't just stand here. If he's our shooter, he's the guy who can shoot the ball and be effective, you can't just stand here. You have to work before the screen gets to you. So you're going to take 1 or 2 steps into me, find the contact, and as the screen now comes, you've worked into me. Screen is coming, you're now flying off, okay? And you're gonna fly to the 3-point line, ideally for a catch and shoot shot, okay? Single offense.
Okay, let's get 3 defensive players over here. Guard the ball, guard Phibos, and guard Andrew in your corner there, okay? So, talk about most important guy. If there is no ball pressure over here, if there is no active hands, this is going to be easy pass. It's going to be easy for them to get into any action they want, okay? So our regular defense is once we see this single action, pin down coming, right away the first thing is establishing contact. I always say like, there are 2 situations on the court. There is going to be a fight. There is going to be a fight. You're going to start the fight and throw the first punch, or the opposing team is going to throw the first punch. And for those that were in like some street fights, you know what it means to throw the first punch in a street fight. Same thing is on a basketball court. If you're not ready, if he's going to come into you and push you off, he's creating advantage. So first thing is going to be creating over here contact. And now when the pin down, let's set the screen a little bit higher over here. At the level of screen, I'm trying to blow it out. But at the level of screen, I got to read over here, okay? First one is he's really good shooter. We're going to go over the screen. So we cannot go under on really good shooter over here. So when I'm deciding to go over, I'm trying to blow it out. And if there is enough space over here for me to continue guarding this, I'm just staying with my man, okay? If he does a good job over here and I feel that I'm going to get hit over here, the worst thing that can happen to you over here is to get hit. Even if you're trailing late, it's better and it's going to put you in a better position than being hit on the screen. So I see that I'm going to get hit. I got to get it from inside. I use my inside hand over here to push him a little bit so I can direct him towards the three-point line, and I'm coming from behind over here guarding. As the pass is in the air, active hands making that pass hard. When the ball is in the air, you got to sprint, or defensively sprint to your eagle position over here in the middle of the court. Show your wings, open your hands over here, show the length, jump to the ball, be ready to guard any drive to the middle of the floor, or if they throw the ball back pass to your man, okay? Let's try to do that one time. Here we go. Offense and defense, let's try to guard this. We're going over. Close the gap, over, stop. Perfect, all right, good, good, good. So what happened on the screen? Did you get hit? A little bit. I don't want you to get hit at all. So you have one job over here is going over on him and not getting hit. Let's do it one more time. Here we go. Good, good. All right, good. So as you could see, the difference between the first one, when Andrew caught the ball, what did you do, Andrew? Drive the ball, right? He was completely behind you. There was nothing. You were creating 2 versus 1. Even you were late, a little bit late, going over the top, it gave you a chance to go inside, and the moment he catching the ball, you position yourself in front of the ball. Okay? That makes sense? So, first part is going over, okay? Second part is non-shooters. We're gonna still close that gap and go under as much as we can. And the thing that we use most players in the NBA that we have a coverage is we call it mix it up. We leave up to the player to decide what he wants to do at the level of screen, okay? With the same principles over here. So we're gonna do the same offense over here, but this time defensively is gonna be for you. You have to close the gap, and now at the level of screen you decide. If you feel comfortable, you're gonna blow it up and stay with him, go over. If you feel that it's easier for you, go under and meet him on the other side, do that. Okay, five men, you're doing a great job just staying in the line over there, controlling that. There we go. Guard the ball, active hands. Good, good, good. All right, good. Okay, good, 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 good. All right. We get a concept a little bit, right? What we're doing, how we want to guard all ball screens. Okay. So this is our regular defense versus all ball screens. Coach Jamal, let's run the clip. Guys, you can sit down now, please, for a second. Thank you. All right. So the question is, why do we top block? Why do we top block? And number one reason for us to top block is player is too good when you're going with regular defense. He's just too good. He's too good when you go over. He's too good when you go under on those screens and make it really hard. Here is the example over here of Steph Curry. Okay, Steph Curry is the player. If you go over on pick and rolls with him, he's shooting 1.34 PPP. Okay, PPP meaning points per possession, and that's counted with NBA game more or less is around 100 possessions a game. So if every single action Steph Curry is going to take this shot and you're going over, his team is going to score 134 points in that game. Okay, if you go under, his PPP is 1.30. Okay, and top block defense against him is 1.11. Okay, so as you can see, why I'm throwing those numbers out there. When I have my assistant coaches working on a scout preparation for the next opponent, we're going to use analytics quite a bit. Okay, that's not going to be deciding and 100% decision based just on the numbers, but it can really show us like some direction with the player, because every assistant coach is going to use at least 5 games At least 5 games in preparation for the next scout. Okay? If you play that team 1, 2, or 3 times before that, 5 games plus those 2 or 3 games, they go into preparation. Okay? So it can be anywhere between 5 and 8 games of preparation for the opponent. So my assistant coach, he becomes an expert on that team using analytics, watching film, and then bringing ideas to the table. At the same time, they got to have really good feeling where we at as a team. What do we need to do? How we need. It's not just like, oh, this is the best thing to do in just this game. We got to take in account what is the best thing for our team as well. And yesterday, there were some really good questions. You know, how much you can adjust. Paulo Lasso and then Xavi Pascual. And Xavi said, like, you can like 3 things maybe you can adjust for the next game. Think about for us in NBA, we play 82 games. Okay? You know, double headers in EuroLeague and playing, you know, third team at the end of the week, that's 3 games. When we have 3 games a week, that's a practice week for us. We're like, yeah, let's go. Let's go. We got time to practice. We can get better that week. We play 4 in 6 nights. We play 5 games in 7 nights. It's a lot of games, and the game is 48 minutes. 48 minutes. Imagine that in Europe you play every game over time, a little bit more. So it's a lot of games, not enough time to practice. Not enough time to practice. So we gotta identify who is the guy and that what do we have to do over here. So if we go further, coach, over here, and we can show what it looks like on example. Okay. So here is a single action over here. Is going to be for Steph Curry. He's in the corner. Stop right there. That's all he needs. That's all he needs. He needs half of a meter of advantage. You're going over. That shot is going up. And trust me, as much as you think that, yeah, I'm right there. I'm contesting the shot. He doesn't see you. And on those shots, he's shooting 1.34. Okay. Second clip. This is going to be Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic does really good job of setting up. Stop right there. Setting up his man and going inside 3-point lines, creating separation. And now defensive player thinks, oh, I can just go under on that one. Okay, that's enough room for him just to catch the ball. That shot goes up automatically. Okay, so there are some guys, it's not a good idea to go over. It's not a good idea to go under. They're too good. You have to go and top block those guys. Okay. Second reason is to disrupt their patterns. Okay. The player might not be that good, but we know this is action for that player. We just want to disrupt their patterns and not allow them to go into what they like to do. And the last thing over here is going to be adjustments. We might start the game a certain way, and the player that we thought that, you know, analytically and scouting-wise, that he's, you know, just okay shooter, he catches fire. He makes like 2, 3 threes. We need to adjust. We don't want to go and play whole game and just give him all the confidence in the role. We're going to make adjustments in the meat of the game. Okay. So those are the 3 main reasons why we top block. Okay. Coach Jamal, let's go 5 players on the court and let's teach single action with 5 men and show top block defense.
All right, perfect. Blue team, let's get the offensive team out. So blue team's here. We're going to run it from a side out of bounds. Let me get my 3-man is going to inbound the ball on the side. So my 3-man is inbounding. Point guard, we're going to zipper you up. 4-man is going to get him open. And my shooter to the corner. And the 5-man is set up here. So simple side out of bounds scenario where we're going to get to our shooter finding a wide pin single action for him. So you're out of bounds, side out of bounds play. So you're here. Again, you have great space. Little trick that we use in the NBA all the time for this player, right, is you don't want to step out here until you know your teammates are ready. So this is your responsibility. You're watching to make sure they're in the right spots, and once you see they're ready, now you can step out, we start our count, so then we can run our play. In terms of our spacing, so you're right here, okay? The play is for you to get open, so you're going to be right at the block, and you're here, and you're looking for the ball, trying to make sure they guard you right away, okay? As the screen comes, screening angles are so important, right? We need to make sure that you are screening to get him open. You're finding where his defense is. If I'm guarding him this way, you're hunting me. If I'm trying to play on the top side and direct it, you're still trying to find me. You need to find a way to give him just a little bit of advantage. Then you're using your speed to push off, come high, and catch that ball. You're looking here, and right away you're looking at your primary action, which is single. As you step off step onto the floor, you're